Alright, hi everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar for February 5th, Tuesday, February 5th. We had a nice down day today, just a very stale market today. It was actually some pretty good trades out there. A lot of the stocks on the watch list performed pretty good. Starbucks, Liongate Films, a couple of new entries today. Darling, DAR, and some other ones. But I have a couple of new ones for you today. Just remember that we're going into a market that's starting to get a little selling pressure here. We're getting some overbought indicators on the statistics here on the S&P. We're not exactly in the overbought area where I like to be. Where I'd be really more worried about this market. So that's a good thing. But I am expecting maybe a pullback tomorrow, especially because I've been looking at some of the stocks here and give you an example. Just looking at some of the major Dow stocks like Caterpillar. Let's take a look at this one. We're right up against some really big resistance here at $72. We have overbought indicators on the statistics. A lot of these big industrials are kind of topping out here after a nice big run. So I am expecting a pullback in a lot of these big industrial stocks. That's just one of them. Caterpillar, Honeywell. Let's see what are some other ones. I don't have them all up, but I've just did a lot of research on these, and basically I want to show you some of the stocks that have potential of moving up here. I'm also going to be actually probably trading the futures a lot tomorrow, waiting for this market to bottom out. We're going to I'll give you some good support and resistance lines in the S&P tomorrow. We'll trade off of those, and I think your best bet tomorrow is going to be some relative strength stocks and some stocks that are trading down and bouncing off the support. Again, days like this, you just have to take a step back, try not to overtrade, even though you want to, you had such a great week last week, you had a great week, and you want to continue to keep that momentum going. It's very important to have the discipline to know when the market's telling you, all right, you're not going to get those type of gains right now, so you have to have the discipline to step back right there and not to force a trade. So that's the key, because you're going to make money no matter what. It's just waiting for the trade. As you see, the trades set themselves up. Even in a bad market, you get good moves. All right, so that's what we're going to wait for. So let's talk about a little bit of Apple here. Apple, I was watching Apple, and I was seeing a lot of support at 132.50. Actually broke down through that today. We still have this little trend line here that's holding Apple up here. But the truth is, if this market decides to sell off, this could easily drop down here. Actually, this is actually starting to look a little bearish here, called a bear flag. You have a drop down and then a little reaction rally up and then a break down through that trend line. So we're going to watch that closely. I'm holding my Apple. I've been holding it at these levels. I've been picking up some small shares, not holding more than, I'm not holding just 100 shares, but if we do get a breakdown here, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to step to the sides. I'm not selling the shares I have because I do believe Apple's in a bottoming process here, so we definitely could break down to the 126 or a little bit under that and bounce back up and start making this bottoming practice, bottoming pattern here. Statistics are very oversold, but they could stay oversold as you see they're flattening out down here, which is not a good sign. So Apple, I'm going to watch it closely. I'm going to add to it if I see some good weakness, but other than that, it doesn't look like a trade is coming up on this one. Another one I was mentioning before, dry ships. I know some people are watching that, but I'm seeing this one again get into an area where it's overbought. We could, a lot of these stocks made these nice moves, and now we're actually starting to pull back. So a lot of these stocks you got to be very careful at this point. So what are we looking at? So let's look at some things that we could be buying today. Liongate Film, beautiful call on the watch list yesterday. Breakout of yesterday's high was a 2-day consolidation, which I usually look for. That's another good tip there. If you can find a nice 2-day consolidation in the market, today was the 24th, and yesterday, when I talk about a 2-day consolidation, I'm talking about a stock that's very similar. The highs is very close to each other. So the high actually on the 31st, or actually last. Yeah, you could actually tell right here the high on the 31st and the 1st was equally the same here, about 950. So I was looking for a break above 950 for a buy, and jumped right in on that one at the open, and it ran right up, and it looks really good. It looks like a continuation. Statistics starting to grind back up here. Everything looks good. I'm looking for probably about $10 on Liongate, so I'm liking this one, holding this long, not worried about it. Here's a couple of new ones that I like. Actually, I do like the Starbucks. I'm going to get to that in a second. I did trade this one in the past. Had a nice little bounce, and now Harley Davidson is starting to look interesting. What I like about it is the 60-minute chart, and I want to watch it. I'm starting to see a nice inverted head and shoulders here. It's not the prettiest one in the world, but we're seeing like kind of a head down here, and a shoulder there, and a shoulder here. But what I'm seeing really is this 2-day consolidation is what I'm more concerned about, right from here across. So I'm looking at the $41 area as major resistance. I think we get above the $41, we get above this 200 period moving average on the 60-minute chart, we should head higher on this one. So this one, again, not a trigger to buy tomorrow, but a trigger once we get above this $41 area. Watch some volume to come in. Again, this one's starting to show some nice action. The statistics, again, not the best scenario. We're not oversold, we're not overbought, we're heading up. It's a little bullish, but anything can happen with this one right here. So again, just watch that one level and that $41 level before you decide to get in. Here's a couple of new ones that the chart's starting to look pretty good on. Here's Microchip Technologies. Now on the daily chart, it's looking pretty interesting here. We got a nice, almost a nice 4-day consolidation here. We have a nice trend line that you can just drop right down over this area right here, and we're starting to consolidate right under this trend line. Not saying that we're going to go up. The problem is we have overbought statistics again. We could drop down here, but this 3-4 day consolidation that you can see nice on the 15-minute chart here. We'll just look for a break of that. Look for a break of this area here, which is actually starting to make a nice little triangle here. So again, there's certain patterns you want to look for and trade off of them. All right, so you have this ascending triangle, and you could watch this level right here at 32.58, 32.60 here. All right, so just keep that one on your watch list. What I'm really starting to like here, the oil service sector. Occidental Petroleum looks very interesting here. Again, the statistics right in the area where I want to have it, between 40 and 60 is my bullish zone. We're starting to get a nice consolidation here on a 15-minute chart. The statistics heading up. Again, you just see this level right here. You can actually see the area starting to consolidate in this level. So I look for a high of this level right here for a trigger to go long here. High of $70, 70.04. So I'd make that about 70.05. Back here we had a spike up to about 70.56, so we might want to keep that in mind. And just starts to look interesting because basically this one OXY, let's see, Dynegy, again another one that performed excellent today that I'm actually holding. Statistics starting to turn up. We had a nice gap up, so you might want to watch this one also. And overall the OIH, the oil service holders, the statistics heading up nicely, starting to form a nice bottoming area here. It looks like this one's can continue up, so maybe we're going to see some money shift over into the oil stocks tomorrow, and it might be an interesting play there. We have Disney coming out with earnings tomorrow. I believe they're in the morning. I am expecting good stuff out of Disney, and maybe that'll lift the markets up a little. So watch Disney. I don't know if you're going to be able to get in before Disney, but I wish I told you about this one earlier. I'm expecting some good news out of Disney, so that's my earnings call. No real momentum plays going into tonight, as the market was pretty much in a nice downturn. But tomorrow again, I'll be trading a lot of the E-mini futures, and just trying to trade the market out until we start to develop a pattern. And I'm just gonna trade relative strength stocks, get into some stocks that are looking good. And again, Google probably going to head down a little bit lower tomorrow, but we should get a reaction bounce soon on that one. So keeping your powder dry, taking some small positions, and everything will work out great. Each day, www.DayTraderRadio, Day Trading Radio actually. I don't know why I have the Day Trader down, but that should be Day Trading Radio. And we will see you tomorrow morning with the live stock market calls and everything. All right, that's it for tonight. I'll talk to you in the morning.